Alright, so the sun is out, it's starting to warm up, and it's gonna be the weekend, and all you can think about all week long is a freaking delicious bottle of vino. And not just any old bottle of vino, you want some ROSÉ! Thank you, Rick Ross. Yes, you want some rosé. But, hey, what if I told you that rosé isn't just the perfect sunny day wine, but the perfect any day wine? Rosé is probably one of the most misunderstood styles of wine out there. They're either thought of as sweet or they have to be a certain shade of pink to be good. And hey, look, if you think of rosé this way, this is not at all to make you feel bad or like you got bad taste, And I'm not here to tell you what you should be drinking instead. No. I'm just here to let you know that there is an amazing, beautiful, wide world of rosé out there to be explored, and I just want to be a guide and just take you on your journey of juice. Okay, that's it. So if you're willing to explore with me, we're going to take a look at some of the things we might be missing about rosé, how rosé wines are made, as well as the biggest secret, where the best rosé wines come from. I know. My name's Daniel. Let's talk a little rosé, baby. Little baby rosé. Little rosé, baby. If you want to stick around for this, then by all means, please. So, alright. Rosé. So what makes this pretty and pink beverage so misunderstood? Well, there's a couple of things, at least in my experience, that seem to be the make or break factors in rosés. And that is, number one, is it sweet? And number two, what particular shade of pink it is. Numero uno, are rosé wines sweet? Now, no. Most rosé wines produced today are actually not sweet. They're dry, like my sense of humor. But of course, there are sweet rosé options out there, just like there's sweet whites, sweet reds, there's, all those are available all the time. So, good news, there are really way more delicious, dry bottles of rosé than you may think. Then there's the second factor, and that's the freaking color. The color is a make or break for rosé. And there's this, misconception that, rosé has to be this certain shade of perfect peachy pink to be considered a good rosé. And look, if this is the way you have thought about or think about rosé, this is not me telling you that your wine taste is bad. That's not at all what I care about. If anything, you drink what you want to drink, and if you love it, then please continue to love it. All I'm trying to do is say, hey, look, there's other shades of rosé that are freaking good, because you know what? Maybe if we take a look at what impacts the color of rosé and how it's made, then we may not be so afraid, right? So, how is rosé actually made? Well, there's a few different ways that we can get rosé, and for the most part, the goal is the same. We're gonna make a pinkish colored wine, right? But where does the color come from? Is it pink grapes? No, but that'd be dope. So basically, we get the pink colored vino the same way we get the red colored vino. A little process that we call maceration. So maceration is just the grape juice being in contact with the grape skins and seeds. Because all grape juice is white, and where the color actually comes from is going to be the time that that grape juice spends in contact with those red skins. And it's not just color that you're picking up, you're also picking up flavors, aromas, texture, all of that gets integrated into the wine. Comparison I like to use is tea. Tea just starts off as plain old boring hot water, And then after brewing the tea is when you start getting color, aromas, flavors, all those things we just talked about, right? But there are so many factors that play into it. What type of tea you're using, how much tea you're using, how long you let it steep for. And let's think about that last one for a second. How long a tea steeps is gonna affect the final tea, right? So here's a tea that I let steep for 30 seconds versus that same tea after 3 minutes. You can already see the 30-second tea is way more light in color, way more subtle. And here is where you start to see those little bit of differences, right, in the way a rosé wine is made or a short-term maceration wine is made versus a red wine or a long-term maceration wine. Bam! Tea, baby. Tea time. The other part that's gonna play into this color thing is gonna be what kind of grape that you're using, right? The grape variety is gonna have big impact on the final color as well. The other thing is going to be the winemaker and what they want this final wine to be. So, okay, we got the basic idea. If you wanna make a rosé, then you're gonna wanna keep that time that the grape skin's in contact with the grape juice pretty short. And this short-term maceration can be achieved through a couple of different ways. The first way is pretty straightforward. Just cut the grape skins loose when you don't need them anymore.
So now I kind of just want to get out of here. So I'm thinking that we probably should split up. No. Bye, Barry.
Just so we know, rosé wines usually take about maybe, anywhere from several hours to a day or two of maceration time to achieve the color they want, versus a red wine, you're gonna want to let those bad boys sit there for at least a couple weeks, several weeks. It's gonna take some time to really soak up all that color and flavor that you want. Also, we have another method that we use to get rosé, and usually we do it when we're also making a red wine. And this is a little French term, to get a little fancy here, called saignée. So saignée pretty much translates to bleeding. To get a better idea of what saignée is and how it kind of works, let's take a look back at the tea thing, right? So I poured out some tea after 30 seconds, but I didn't top off any of the leftover tea with hot water or anything like that. So whatever was left over, that last bit of tea after 3 minutes, was way more concentrated than it would have been if I had the whole thing filled up with water, right? So this is essentially what's happening with saignée. They pour off or bleed off some of the wine early on. Therefore, it only has a little bit of pink color to it, and it concentrates whatever's left over, the grape skins and the juice, so you get a deeper, richer red wine at the end of the day. And they're not gonna just let that other juice go to waste. No, it just becomes some delicious rosé for us to enjoy. So there you go. Boom, boom. You can get some of the amazing red wine, but also some rosé if you want also. It's just, you have so many more selections, so many more options. So however you decide you want to make your rosé, whether it's a little short-term skin contact time or saignée because you're making a dope red wine as well, these are pretty much your main ways of getting to a delicious rosé. But there is, of course, one exception, and that is some bubbly. Rosé sparkling wines like champagne are often made through a blending process instead. So we're taking red and putting it along with the white, and that's how we get that beautiful rosé color.
I'll have a glass of your most expensive red wine mixed with a glass of your cheapest white wine served in a dog bowl. Silly straws all around, please.
I'll be right back with my recommendations.
Now, while this is pretty common among sparkling wines, there are still plenty of examples of bubbles that are done in the ways that we talked about before with skin contact and all that fun stuff. And if you're a bubblehead like me, you want to talk a little bit more about champagne and a little bit of sparkling wine, we got some stuff here coming your way. So, keep an eye out. Keep a bottle of bubbles nearby so you can sit and watch the video while you sip on some nice grower champagne or whatever you're vibing with that day. You know what I mean? Alright, enough with the nerdy wine talk. Let's get to the real deal talk here, and I'm saying, where does the best rosé come from? Are you ready? Are you sure? Were you even thinking that you were gonna wake up today ready for this kind of information? No, I don't think so. So, best rosé wines come from literally anywhere they make wine, like almost anywhere. Like there's good rosé, like seriously, from California, where is I from? Minnesota? From California to the Canary Islands, there's delicious rosé everywhere, don't ya know? And there's of course, you know, the south of France, you know, with all the pretty pale and pretty rosé wines. Well, that must be Nice. And look, there are some great and legendary winemaking in Provence, don't get me wrong, but there are, without a doubt, so many friggin' amazing rosé options out there all over the planet that are worth trying, and they're super affordable. So when you're out getting your bottles for the weekend, go crazy. Go with the fun rosé from, like, I don't know, Austria or Greece or something like that, whatever. Feel empowered, live your freaking best rosé life. That's what I'm saying. Yo! Anyway, so that's why I think rosé is not just, you know, some sunny day option for vino, but an any day of the week option for a bottle of juice. So, I don't know, maybe I'm crazy, or are you also a rosé any day person like me? Let me know in the comments, just hit me up. Also, I'd love to hear about where your favorite rosé wines come from, to be honest. That's always super cool. Some places I've never even heard about, maybe, perhaps, I don't know. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, then just be ready. We're gonna have some more fun, nerdy wine stuff coming your way at By the Glass. And please like and subscribe. Be ready to catch up with all that as it comes your way. We're just getting started here and couldn't be thankful enough for any support and even just watching. So cheers, enjoy some rosé, baby. Yeah. That's an outro if I've ever heard one.